Hello viewers, this is Ayyanar Jayabalan. In this video, we are going to see about routing in Angular. Basically, if you want to navigate from one component to another component, so we have to define the routes. Based on the route only, you can able to navigate between the components. Okay, let's get into the implementation and see that what are the options available in the routing and how to navigate to the child routes and all. let me create let me create a one Angular application. Routing equal to true and style equal to css. Okay, let's create this one. Now application is created. Let's go to that VS Code editor. Before that, just we'll navigate to that app. So let me open the terminal now. So first, if you want to see that one, we will have that by default the routing model is created. Okay, so this is no syntax to implement the routing. For to implement the routing, we have to use the router module. If you want to define the routes for the root level, we have to use for root. Okay, now let's see that one here. If you see that one here, this is a list of routes. Okay, let's create some component and define the route. Okay, now what can I do? Let me create a component called course component. And let me create another component called student. Now let me define the route for these two components first. So here I have to define path. Okay, so path I can say course and define the component name. Here if you see that one, course component. Okay, now create another route object. It's a student. Here student component. Okay, let's run the application and see how it works. Let me start. Now application is started. Let's see in the browser. Okay, my application is running now. So I'm seeing this and I'm just going to remove this one in the app component. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep only the router outlet. And let's see. Okay, so by default, if you see that one, nothing is loaded here. None of the component is loaded here. Okay, because I defined the route only for the course and student. Okay, so I didn't say anything what is the default route, so that's the reason it is not loaded any other component. So by default none of the component is loaded. If I go to course component, Okay, it's loading the course component. If I go to that student component, it can go to the student component. Okay, so now what I can do, now I can define one component, one more. Let me create one more component. We go to another terminal. So probably we can create a home component. Home component is created. Let me go to the routing module. So what I can say here, I'm going to define the home component, and my path is by default, empty path. So that means just a local host means it will load the default component of home component. Okay, let's see how it works. Let me load only this local host. If you see that one here, here you can see the home component. So what I can do now, let me go to the home component and let me define some router. So I'm going to say course component courses, and another one is students. Student component. Let's run the application and see. Excellent. So two link is added. Let me go to the course. It's load the course component. If I go to the student component, it loads the student component. Okay, good. So what I can do now, I defined that course and student component and define the route in the app routing module. Okay, for example, if user typing something like if they are typing something, test something, so we have to load the page not found component. Okay, because it's none of the route is matching. So what we have to do, we have to define some default page and saying that one the page not found. Okay, so what I can do, I can create a one more component, and that component page not found. Now page not found component is created. So let me go to the routing module here. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to define one more route with the path as with none of the things is matching. Star means it's a wildcard character string. It says that one, if any one of this path is not matching, load the another component called page not found component. Okay, so let's see how it works now. Okay, by default it's load the home component. I'm going to say test component here. Excellent. So if any one of the path not matches, it will load the page not found component. Okay, this is the way we can define the page not found page. Now, so we have seen that default route, and we have seen that the path not matching route. Now, how to define the child component? For example, if we have a another child component under the student, how we can define? Okay, so what we can do, let's create one component called student detail. Okay, and I'm just creating student detail is created. What I can do here, I can define children. I'm going to define a children, and same way I can define the route of here, path equal to, you know, detail, uh, and component. Sorry, I have to create an object and component called student detail component. Okay, so what I can do here, let me go to the browser, student detail. If you go here, it is loading only the student component, not loading the child component. Okay, why? Let's see. We have defined the child route. Let's go to the student component HTML part. So since we haven't defined the router for the student, it is not loaded. Okay, so what we can do here, define the router outlet so that child component will be loaded here. Let's see here. Yes, excellent. So if you see that one, how child, this is a parent component and child component. Okay, so we have to define the router outlet in the parent so that all the child component will be embedded in this section. Okay, so now we have seen how to load the child component. Now let's see that one, how to define, how to send the param to define the route based on the parameter. Okay, for example, let me create a one more component called course detail. So course detail component is created. Let me go to the routing. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to define course slash id. I'll pass that id, course id, so that it has to load the respective courses. Okay, so course detail component, I just loaded. Okay, now to first what we have to do, we have to load the courses in the course component. So for that one, what we can do, let me create a one service, course service. Course is created. Now let me define some list of courses. Okay, I can say here id equal to 1 and course name equal Angular, and saying the price and the dollar. Let me define two more course, 2 3 React .NET 200 300, and I'm going to define functions get courses. I can say this one is a private get courses, return this dot courses, and create one more function, return the course by course id. So here I am just passing the number id. So here I'm just going to filter. Okay, and saying that one id equal to id. Okay, and getting the first value. It's not return array, just any. So function is created to get the course by id. Now let me getting into that course component. So let me create here 24 items like courses here, and just course.name. Okay, here item.name. Let me getting into that ts file. So let me inject that course service. Course service injected courses, and what I'm going to do, by default this dot courses equal to this dot course service dot get courses. Okay, so this will display the courses here. I'm just getting the course and then define the courses. Let's see. Courses. So I'm getting this list of courses. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just open this course detail component by passing the ID of each and every course. Okay, what I'm going to do here on click of this event, I'm going to say get course by passing the item.id. So I'm going to create one function so I have to navigate to the course detail component. For that, to navigate we have to use a router service. Okay, so I'm going to use this dot router dot navigate. So navigate having an array. I'm just going to say what ID we are passing. Okay, I'm going to say what ID we are going to pass, and I'm just going to say relative to this component, this dot route. So for that I have to inject the activated route. Okay, so what I will do, okay, whenever I'm clicking this each and every course, I will navigate to the course detail component. Okay, course detail component routing I have defined here. So if I have course /1 or 2, it will go and open this, it will navigate to this component and load the course detail. So let me go to the course detail component. Here I have to load the course detail. So same way I have to course service, and what I'm going to do here, I have to navigate, I have to get the value of course in the parameter. So to get that one, I have to define route here, activated route, this dot route dot snapshot param dot get of id, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to have course detail. So this dot course equal to this dot course service dot get course by id. So since this is an integer, I'm going to use parse int. Okay, I'm going to load this one, and inside a course detail component, course detail, course detail, course id, course.id, and course.name. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm just loading the list of courses and clicking this each and every course. What I will do, I will navigate to another component with param. So it will load this component. In this component, we will get the id from the param, and then we will get the course, and we will bind it here. Okay, let's see how it works. Clicking Angular course is working, and just React course is loading, .NET course is loading. So, and one more thing, what I would like to do, I would like to load the each and every course by load the previous course and the next course. Okay, in this component itself. So what I can do, I can go and create two button, previous. On clicking this one, go to next function. So same way, another one called next. Sorry, this is previous. Okay, so I'm going to have function here. Go to previous, and this dot router, I need a router to navigate between next and previous, so I'm just injecting router service to navigate. Okay, router dot navigate, open close. Within the array, I'm going to use a relative path in that, and then I'm going to get the id. Okay, so this dot course id, course.id. So what I can do, I can plus -1. Okay, -1, and same way for go to next, +1. Okay, now let's see. I'm just coming here, course, it will show the list of courses. I'm going to React, I'm selecting the next. Go to next is not a function. I'm getting an error. Let's see. Sorry. This is a copy paste issue. I'm just go to the next course detail. Okay, it is not loading. So my path is wrong. Let me go to the course again. React previous. It's actually it's wrong. So what I should do here, no, it's not correct one. So here it's not working. So since it's a relative route, I have to specify that this is a relative route. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I have to specify relative to this dot route. Okay, same way for here. Let's see. Course React. See here, it's loading here. Okay, it's navigating to redirecting to one, but this component is not loaded. Why? Because this component is not reacting to this one. Why? Because if you see that one, the ng on in it, it's already called. Okay, when we are navigating with a different id, this ng on in it, it's won't call again. So it will call only one times. To handle this issue, what we can do, we can use a subscriber for the route. Okay, so what we can do here, this dot route and param map dot subscribe. Okay, I can subscribe to that param changes. So I'm param map, and I'm going to get this one instead of this one. This param dot get id and then passing. Okay, I'm subscribing to that one. So whenever any changes happen in any of the id, the URL change, this subscribe will be called and we'll get the fresh course detail. Let's see how it works. Next. Excellent, it's loading now. Next, it's loading now, and previous, it's loading now. Okay, now if you see that one, it is loading both the URL change, it's affecting, and respectively that new course detail we are getting by means of subscribing. Okay, now let's see that one, how to pass the optional parameter. Okay, so for example, if you want to pass the value between here and there, so what you can do here, you can pass a key value param, like just to specify, for example, just value equal value test. Okay, so whenever I'm navigating, I can pass this value. Okay, so let's see how it works. This is a passing the optional parameter. Okay, previous, if you see that one, optional parameter. How can we get this one? Again, by using the same way, this dot route dot param dot subscribe we can use in that one, and we can get that one. Okay, If you want to see the value whether we are getting or not, let's see, and value. Okay, param dot value, and what I can do, I can log it in the console to see that one. Okay, okay, let's check how it works. Its value is not a number. Okay, sorry, parsing is not required. Previous. So if you see that one, now we can see the value now. Okay, value is test, value is test. So this is a way we can pass the optional parameter value as part of the route navigation. Okay, now let's see that one, how to define the route for the child module. Okay, now what I can do, let me create a one child module called ng module called admin module. So admin module is created. Let me create one component called posts. Under the admin module, I'm going to create some settings component. Sorry, it's I'm just created a service. I'm going to create settings component. So settings component is created. Let me go to the admin module here. Okay, so here if you see the admin model, we haven't defined any routing module here. Now what we can do here, we can define the routes for the child module. You can say instant routes, you know, so here I can define by default load the settings component. Okay, so I'm just defining the routes. I have to, what I have to do, I have to import these routes using the router module. So router module dot for child. Okay, there is a for root and for child. For root will be used for the root module. For child will be used in the child module. So I'm going to use child. I'm going to get these routes, define these routes. Now let me go to the app routing. In this app routing module, I'm going to define, I'm just going to define the lazy loading. So for admin slash admin module file, sorry, admin module file, and in that admin module. Okay, let's see how it works now. Okay, let me define one more link for the in the home component. So I'm just copying paste here. So admin module, and since I defined the route as admin, I just specify the route path as admin here. Let me go here. Admin module is here. If I go here, Excellent. Okay. Now, this is a way we have to define the route for the child module. Okay. Hope you understand that one, how to define the routes. What are the things we have seen so far? Example, if you go to the routing module, we have seen that one, how to define the route for each and every component, and how to define the default route, and how to define the route with the param like specific slash colon id, how to define the child route by means of children, and how to define the route for the child module. Okay, this is a one we have seen for child model. In that child model we have to use a for child. Here we are using the for route for the route module, and if any other route is not matching, it will falls under this pa- pattern matching, and it will load the page not found component. Okay, and also we have seen that when we are navigating between next and previous, we have seen that one, how to navigate using the relative navigation, and also how to get the value from the parameter. Okay, and also how to pass the value optional parameters, and how to get the optional parameters. Okay, so we have seen so many things in the routing. Hope you understand and everything. Please subscribe if you would like to see more tech videos. Thank you.